Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled in the lush greenery of Ikolesian forest, there lived a young maiden named Kendara. Kendara suffered under the cruelty of her stepmother and stepsisters, who envied her gentle, kind spirit and sought to keep her enslaved in their home. Kendara toiled under the scorching sun, tending to her late father's farmlands and endless house chores, whilst caring for her cruel stepmother and stepsisters. Despite the hardship she faced, Kendara remained hopeful, dreaming of a better life beyond the confines of her humble home. One fateful day, luck shone its face upon her when news of a grand masquerade festival at the palace spread through the village like wildfire. Kendara's heart leaped with joy when she also heard that all maidens of a marriageable age were invited to attend the festival. She dared to hope that her dreams might finally come true. As the day of the festival drew near, Kendara's stepmother and stepsisters busied themselves with preparations, leaving her to tend to their every whim. However, Kendara harbored a secret desire to attend the festival, a glimmer of hope that burned brightly in her heart. The day of the Grand Masquerade Festival arrived, and Kendara's stepmother, Akon, rose at the break of dawn and handed over a long list of ludicrous chores to Kendara, instructing her to do them all. She hoped that Kendara would not be able to finish the chores before dusk, which was the time for the Grand Masquerade Festival. Seeing this, Kendara's stepsisters, Meyene and Kubiat, let out an evil laughter. They mocked her at every given opportunity because they were so glad that the chores would keep her busy so she wouldn't have any time to prepare for the festival. Before noon, Kendara's stepmother and stepsisters were all ready to go. They planned to leave on time so that they'll have ample time to flirt with the prince before the commencement of the festival. After they left for the palace, Kendara worked twice as hard as she could, but the more she doubled her efforts, the more it seemed as though the chores would not finish anytime soon. At about 5 p.m., she was exhausted and decided to take a short break. She sat under the mango tree behind the house, crying as though her world had ended. A mysterious old woman whom Kendara had shown kindness to some time ago at the market, was passing by the bush tracks and heard Kendara's subtle cry. She approached Kendara and inquired about what was making her cry. When Kendara opened up to her, Emem smiled and told her that her problems could be solved with just a few magical spells. Determined to seize the opportunity for freedom, Kendara agreed to let the mysterious old woman help her. And so, the old woman, who was actually a good witch, cast a spell and all the remaining chores were done. She also transformed Kendara into a vision of beauty fit for a princess. When she was done with this, she told Kendara that no one would easily recognize her until the spell wears off at exactly midnight, thereby instructing her to find her way home before it's midnight. Kendara heeded to her instruction in good faith, promising to return home before midnight. As the sun began to set, Kendara bade the old woman goodbye, setting off to the palace, her heart pounding with anticipation. Upon her arrival at the palace, Kendara is met with gasps of admiration from the other guests. Even Prince Udeme himself couldn't take his eyes off her because he was mesmerized by her beauty and grace. As the night unfolded, Kendara found herself drawn to the prince, and in a whirl of music and laughter, their hearts entwined in a dance as old as time itself. As they danced beneath the moonlit sky, Kendara felt as though she was floating on air, her worries and troubles melting away in the warmth of his gaze. But as the clock struck 12 midnight, Kendara's joy turned to despair. She knew that she must flee before her true identity is revealed to her stepmother and stepsisters, who were watching her dance from a corner. A mixture of admiration and disdain locked in their eyes, so Kendara turned away from the prince. Taking to her heels, she fled from the palace, mistakenly leaving behind a single glass slipper as she ran down a flight of stairs into the night. To Prince Udeme, seeing the glass slipper was a token of their fleeting encounter. He was determined to find the mysterious beautiful maiden who had captured his heart, so he embarked on a quest to search every corner of Ikodesem village. In spite of his efforts, he could not locate Kendara, and despair threatened to consume him. Meanwhile, Kendara returned to her life of servitude, her heart heavy with longing for the prince, and she feared she would never see him again. But fate had other plans in store, for a twist of destiny led the prince Udeme to her doorstep, where he discovered her true identity. With a tender smile, Prince Udeme slipped the glass slipper into Kendara's foot, and in that moment, their love was sealed for all eternity. Kendara was whisked away to the palace, where she and Prince Udeme were joined in a joyous traditional marriage ceremony. All the villagers were in attendance, including Kendara's stepmother and stepsisters, and so, amidst the whispers of the wind and the rustling of leaves, Kendara found her happily ever after, proving that true love knows no boundaries and that even the darkest of circumstances can lead to a fairy tale ending. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more interesting African folktales, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for supporting us so far, and we can't wait to share more stories with you soon. From Jane of Moonlight Tales by Jenny is bye-bye.